Our ladder is 22 feet long. Each rung is 14 inches deep, and the ladder itself is going to be 3 feet wide. Our ladder drill is a drill that we do on a daily basis. It is the first thing that we do in our pre-practice. There's 5 different exercises that we do in our ladder. We do 1 foot in each rung. We do 2 feet in each rung. We work the lateral, down and back. We dance through it, which is 2 feet in, 1 foot out, and then we dance through it backwards. Starting here, we're going 1 foot in each. You see the guys have a good knee bend, fast feet, weight on the balls of their feet, inside pushing the knees down, and we're rapid fire, just running through good base all the way through, going down and back. Next one we come back with is 2 feet in each. You can see it's a little bit quicker, a little bit more rapid fire, but still same body type right there. Good knee bend, eyes up, elbows tight, hands up, upper body loose like a boxer, ready to punch at any time. But quick feet, pounding those feet in the ground. You see from a better view here, 2 feet in each right here with a little bit of a stagger. Depending on what side of the ball you play on, we want still that little bit of a stagger in the ladder. Keeping that good wide base and working all the way through the ladder, hitting every rung 2 feet in each. Then we'll come back and we'll work it lateral. And we want to start with 1 foot in the ladder, leading with that front foot, never clicking the heels, and always keeping a rung in between. Never want the feet in the same rung at the same time. Again, you can see a little bit of a stagger here depending on what side of the ball, what stance they're in. But we're going to work on keeping our eyes up, getting a good feel for the ladder, and everything else is the same. Tight elbows, hands up, loose upper body, ready to punch at any time. Good leading with the front foot, never bring that back foot in the same rung. Good wide base, and don't hop. Always have to have a foot in the ground. And again, we're going to work it down and then come back the same way. We do each drill down and back. Dancing through here, you can see here we're going 2 feet in, 1 foot out of the outside of the ladder. You can see the guy's hips do not go outside the ladder. Okay, we want to keep those hips over the center of the ladder, and we don't bring our feet in the middle of the ladder. We always keep them out as wide as we can. 2 in, 1 out. And it's rapid fire. You can start out slow until you get the hang of it. Walk through it, get the steps down, and then you can start speeding it up. Again, good knee bend, everything stays the same. So we start with a foot in the ladder, and we work 2 in, 1 out. Working up. Okay, you can see their hips don't go outside the ladder, the hips stay over the center of the ladder. Good job, don't hop, always have a foot in the ground, and don't bring your feet together in the middle of the ladder. You don't want to do that. Okay, you want to keep them wide. It's a good job. Two feet in, 1 foot out. Then we're going to dance through it. Now we're going to go backwards, but it's the same motion for our feet. We're going to start with 1 foot in. We're going to bring 2 feet in the ladder and 1 foot out. 2 feet in, 1 foot out. Hips staying over the center of the ladder. Still good knee bend. Quick feet. Eyes up. Okay, we don't want to be looking down at the ladder. That's why we're going to start out slow, get used to it, and then get into a rhythm. And you always want to think about pushing back. Okay, I never want to go lateral side to side and go through the same rung. Okay, I always want to push back. I always got to get that foot back into that rung behind me. See, from here, 1 foot in, always pushing back. Get back to that rung behind you. 2 feet in, 1 foot out, keeping those hips good. Good wide base. Stance drill is a drill that we work on, and the main thing for our with our stance drill is we're going to get lined up just like we would with our center, 2 guards, 2 tackles. Okay, and we're going to work on our splits and alignment in this drill. Our splits for our offense line, we're going to think 2.5 foot splits, and with our alignment, what we tell our alignment is we want our guard to get aligned off the center. Once he's in his stance, his helmet has to break the center's hip. Okay, but we want him as deep as possible, and all we tell our tackle is line up off your guard. So my tackle's inside foot is going to line up off my guard's inside foot. And all we're doing in stance drills, we're going to work our zone steps, we're going to work our stretch steps, and then we work a little bit of rodeo and lasso. Again, this is all pre-practice, and we're just working our first and sometimes even our second step of zone and stretch, and then we run each play full, and you'll see what we're talking about here. So we get into our stance drill here. Okay, we get lined up. We got 3 separate lines here. We got good splits in alignment, thinking 2.5 foot splits. We want our guys as deep as possible, and then all we're going to work on is stretch and zone steps. Okay, keeping good knee bend, keeping our chest on our knees. Okay, not popping up out of our stance, and almost kind of what you've always heard, bird dogging it. And now we're going to go left, just working one step. Boom, one step. And again, the center has the cadence here. He's calling it out, and they're waiting for coach's whistle to bring them back. Okay, and then once we've gone one step each way, now we'll go zone right here. So we'll work our zone steps right. Boom, as a full line. Okay, just getting a good lather going, feeling it, and working it every day. Now we'll go zone left here. Good, working it each way. Here's a different view here. Here's zone right. You can see the front side thinking about that power step, okay, gaining a little bit of ground like we've talked about, and you can see the back side's more lateral, okay, staying square, because they're going to have to do a little bit more cutoff on the inside zone. Now we'll go zone left here, pick it up, put it down. Got to be quick, and all we're teaching, all we're thinking about is our aiming points that we've talked all seminar about, everything, getting our hat where it needs to be on the inside zone. And now you can see here stretch. This is when we were still running stretch. You can see it's a little bit more of an open angle, and you can see the backside of stretch is almost pull to cut. Get those shoulders square, parallel to the line, okay, and thinking about cutting that backside. Here's where we're going to work our rodeo and lasso. Again, we just put this in with our stance drill. It's a drill that we're going to work every day. Okay, we're going to just give each guy a shot of a rodeo and a lasso sprint out protection. When we're moving the pocket, you can see front side staying flat and backside more of a waterfall, trying to get in and protect that quarterback's backside. With our set drill, this is a drill that we do every day. It's a daily must for us in this offense because of our vertical sets with the offensive line. And what we're looking for here is it's going to be the same alignment. Okay, let's just look here real quick. It's going to be the same alignment as stance drill. Everything's the same. We're going to have 3 different offensive lines. We're going to have 2.5 foot splits. Our guys are going to be lined up the same. We're going to get as deep as possible. Center, our guard lines up off the center. Tackles line up off the guard. Okay, the center has the cadence, and with our aiming points, with our vertical sets in this drill, we're trying to tell the guys, trying to get 5 yards. Okay, we're exploding out of our stance. We're thinking get 5 yards. Okay, and the easiest way to teach that vertical set is shift that weight to that outside leg. Okay, and explode off that inside leg. Okay, and with our sets, we tell our guys 4 sets. So it goes inside, outside, inside, and on that second outside step, I'm sticking in the ground and I'm sitting down. Okay, and I'm going to finish just like I started. And again, we go down 20 yards and we come back 20 yards. So you can see here in our set drill, we're lined up just like we were doing stance drill. We could do stance drill out of this alignment, but now we're going to do our set drill. So all we're working is our vertical sets as a full group. Okay, we're going to think going down 20 yards and coming back 20 yards. Center has the cadence. It's on him. We're exploding out. Sit down and punch. And it's rapid. Okay, it's rapid fire. Get set. Boom. And use a little bit of a conditioning drill. Get warmed up before pre-practice. Get our sets in. And then all we're going to do is just flip it around. Okay, centers just stay right there. Our left side goes back to the left side. Right side goes back to the right side. And now we're just going to stay right where we were, getting back, and we're going to come back with 4 separate sets back, another 20 yards. Here's a little better view of it on the side here, okay? You can see we're just working 2 groups here, trying to stay on the same plane. Now just really watch, okay? Watch these guys. If they're on the left side and they're in a left-footed stance, they're going to end up in a left-footed stance. You can see them. pushing that weight on that outside heel. Try to push that outside heel into the ground. That's going to shift the weight to that outside leg, and it's going to let you be able to move that inside leg first. Okay, and that's the biggest difference with our vertical sets than a standard kick slide is we're moving that inside foot first. We're trying to get 5 yards in this drill, and we're all trying to stay on the same plane. And again, we're going to go back, we're going to go down 20, come back 20, and you can see here, this is a pretty good, what we have these boxes that are 5x5 squares, so it gives our guys good alignment and good aiming points on their set drill. So my first line here, literally trying to get back to where the second line is, all right, before we sit it down. Do we always get there in the game? No. Okay, rarely do we vertical set 5 yards without making contact with the down lineman or the D lineman, I'm sorry. But we practice, we teach, we ingrain it into our heads about exploding off the ball, creating that separation, and sitting down and punching. Okay, you can see good technique. We want to stick that outside foot in the ground. We want to get that head back, get that head back. Okay, again, we're thinking 4 sets down, 4 sets back. Okay, we get to the end. All we do is we're going to flip it around. Okay, so the groups stay where they are. Okay, efficient. Get a lot of reps here. Groups stay where they are. O linemen switch. Get back to their side. And here's a good view here of what we're talking about, how deep we want our offensive line. Okay, you'll see here where those guards helmets are. Okay, when that center's in his stance, those guards helmets have to break that center's hip, but we want them as deep as possible. And then you're going to see where our tackles line up. Their inside foot on the guard's inside foot. Okay, if they line up on the guard's outside foot, they're going to be too deep in the backfield, and that's going to be a penalty. Exploding back. And again, we're going to get back 20 yards, and we're going to work all of our sets here. Set punch drill. Again, anytime our center is going to have the cadence in our drills, all right, you're going to see here a little bit different. On the center's cadence, the defense is going to wait for a whistle from the coach, which is going to allow, all right, our offensive guys, because again, we're working on our good vertical sets, and all we're doing is going to incorporate a punch into it now. So we got the same sets we just had in set drill, but now we're going to incorporate a good punch. But the defense, we tell our defense to wait on a whistle, so it allows the guys to get back to their 5, okay, get back to their 5 and feel it, and then we're going to bring the defense along with it, okay. And the good technique on the punch, all right, once on my vertical sets, and once I hit inside, outside, inside, and once that second time that outside foot's going to hit the ground, I got to stick it in the ground, I got to sit in a chair, I got to get my hips low, I got to bend my knees, and then on my punch, I got to think about punching up through the defender. I'm not trying to punch out. I'm not trying to get my head involved. I'm trying to punch up and sky my eyes. Okay, sky my eyes. And I need a good base. Like we always talk about, finish like you started. Don't bring your feet together, and then you want to be violent with your punch and deliver a blow. Okay, so you'll see here how we set up our set punch drill. We got 5 across, good splits, good alignment. Everything's the same. Center has the cadence on him. They explode back. Defense waits on a whistle and punch. Okay, watch our guys get their head out. Boom. See how they exaggerate punching that head out and not getting involved. And we tell our defense the same thing. You'll see here. We tell them. You'll see some of the defensive guys try to grab the back of that helmet. Try to grab it. Okay, make them work. Make them think about getting the helmet out. Again, you'll see then. Now we'll just rotate. Boom. Good job right here by our center. Okay. Good explosion, sticks that foot in the ground. He's being patient. He comes, boom, get that head out. It's exactly what this drill's for. Okay, exaggerate, over exaggerate the punch. Explode back. Okay, you're waiting there. You got to be sitting there. You got to sit there. Boom, punch. Get it out. Get your head out. See it kind of from a view right here. Good set by our left tackle here. Explodes it. Get the foot in the ground. Boom. Okay, get that head out. Good job. Again, this is a drill that we do every day. It's not a full tempo drill again, but it's just working on that punch, getting everything warmed up a little bit, and working on our sets also. Here's a good view right here. Boom, exaggerate getting that head out. We have bags here. Boom, good punch there though. You can see in his stance he's playing on the left side. Obviously he's on the right. We have him lined up. Okay, but he's our left, the guy closest to us right here. He's our left guard. Okay, he's playing left guard here. You can see how his foot ends up. That left foot's back. Good. And you can see that defender try to reach for his helmet. Here's a good view of our right tackle. Okay, he's in a good right-handed stance. Okay, he explodes off that inside foot. Explodes off of it. Stays vertical. Boom. Guy tries to grab the back of his head. Can't get into it because he's skying his eyes. He's punching up and getting out. With our mirror drill, it's just like any other mirror drill that you've ever worked before. But we tell our guys in our mirror drill, I want you to think about that you've already set. Okay, your vertical set is done now. Okay, you're in that position. You got a little bit of a stagger in your foot. If you're on the left foot, left side of the line, your left foot's back a little bit. If you're on the right side, your right foot's back a little bit. And then center, you just got to play with it a little bit wherever you're thinking. Okay, so again, we tell our guys you've already set. Got to have a good stagger in our stance. All right, and we're not bringing our feet together. We want hot feet. We want to almost think like there's a pole going up through our backside, all the way through our back, all the way through our neck, keeping us straight. Okay, we don't want any bend in our back. Okay, we don't want our head going forward. We want to sit back. All right, and we want hot feet the whole time in this drill, and all the defense is going to do is just work back and forth. So you'll see here, all right. So same thing. We got a guy out in front of us. All right. We've already set. We got a good stagger. We always start with our hands behind, hands back, because all we're doing is working on our feet and our body position. And all we're going to do is just work back and forth, not bringing the feet together. Okay. Don't click the heels, keeping that head out. Don't hop. I always want one foot on the ground. Okay. I always got to have a foot in the ground, and just working back and forth. Okay. Working your inside move. Okay. Don't drop that inside leg. Don't hop, okay? It's just like playing defense in basketball. Keep those hips low. It's going to burn a little bit, okay? Sit back. Get that head out, okay? Good flat back. And you can see what we do. So there's just different ways that we work our mirror drill. First we start with our hands off, okay? Hands off here, then we'll put our hands on and we'll work it like that. Good. Our next drill is what we really call our combo drill, okay? Because it's gonna incorporate the set punch and the mirror drill together, okay? So all we're gonna do, as you'll see here, is that it's gonna start the same as set punch. You're gonna see 5 guys lined up. There's gonna be 5 guys across from them, okay? We're gonna vertical set, same thing. Defense is waiting on the whistle, okay? It's just like the same thing as set punch, but now we're gonna incorporate the mirror drill when once we make contact. Okay, so it's not just punch and stop. It's going to be punch and then it turns into a mirror drill. So you'll see here, you're going to get a little bit more space, get a little bit widen out so you guys don't hit each other. Okay, since we're going to move back and forth. All right, so again, center has the cadence. He's going to work it. They're going to explode back. Defense waits on the whistle. We make contact and then we turn into a mirror drill, replacing those hands. Okay, we're not leaning. We want hot feet. Okay, don't hop. Keep that good inside foot up. Can't get beat inside. You see another one here. Good vertical set. Wait on the whistle. Defense. And then we're going to work back and forth. Good hot feet. Keeping that good stagger. Watch the tackle down here. Keep that inside foot up so he doesn't get beat inside. And all he's doing is just working those power step and kick slide. Power step and kick slide the whole way down. Same thing here. And in this drill, you can work one side vertical set and you can mix it up a little bit. You can go mirror drill, okay, and then you can work just an outside move. You can work an inside move, all right, however you want to do it. And you'll see it here Okay, we vertical set, we make contact, and each defender, you can see it here from center, right guard, right tackle, is thinking outside rush. Okay, now our guys are working a kick slide, because once I make contact and then boom, thinking kick slide, because they're working on an outside move. Good vertical, defense waits on a whistle, punch, and again, right side's working on a kick slide. Now the defender's rushing outside. Same thing on the other side. You can work here, and then now you switch it up. Look at him working that inside move. Now watch him keep that inside foot up. Don't drop the inside foot. Can't get beat inside. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways you can work this. And you'll see the same thing here. Good vertical, and now they're going to work an inside move on that inside number. Hot feet in space. We use this drill for any type of block or any type of situation that we're going to be in space on the second level, which we consider linebacker level or outside the box. Okay, so what we work on here in our hot feet, okay, is going to be, again, anytime we're gonna allow the center to snap the ball. Anytime we can give him a ball and he can work it, I just think it's very important to get that center incorporated in the snap. Okay, and all we're going to do is just work stretch and zone. Okay, and we're all uncovered, so we're all working to the second level. Okay, we don't have a down lineman on us, and all we're doing is working zone right, zone left as an uncovered offensive lineman. Okay, as you can remember, we're going to think about, am I covered or uncovered the first thing when we're running zone. Okay, so here we're working, I'm an uncovered O lineman, and I got to get vertical on my third step, and I got to get hot feet in space on a second level linebacker. Okay, and what we tell our guys, you see here, when I'm working to a second level linebacker, I got to run. We tell them to run with a great base. You always hear about like the duck walk and stuff like that, but we want them up there quick. We got to run with a great base. We never want to get our feet in together, and we're going to tell them to run with a great base. Okay, so you can see here, here's just straight ahead. Here's a little bit of some stuff that we work on our draw blocks. Okay, you can work it here. You can see the center's getting a good snap here, but again, our guys are 5 yards off. Okay, 5 or 4 yards off of right ahead, and we can work that. We can work this however we want. We can tell them to quick set and then work to the second level, just like we do on draw. Here we're just working coming out of our stances, hot feet, and making contact with the linebackers. All right, you can see here now. Okay, the offensive line set up, and then now the linebackers are offset. Everybody's offset to the right. Okay, so we're thinking we're working zone right here, and everybody's uncovered. All right, not necessarily, it's never going to happen, but that's what we're doing in this drill. All right, we're thinking we're going to work vertical in our third step, so you can see us. You're going to offset the linebackers. We're going to work up, take our first, second step, and we're going to work vertical on the linebackers. Again, just practicing getting hot in space. Linebackers are better athletes than we got to break down. We got to get hats lower than hat. And a good coaching point here is look up underneath. You should be able to look underneath up that linebacker's nose. You should be so low. I got to get my helmet underneath his helmet. You can see here. Now we're offset the other way. Okay, now we're going to work zone left or stretch left, whatever we're running here. Okay, and we're all uncovered. Again, working hot feet on that third step, working vertical, trying to step on the linebacker's toes and making good contact, bringing the hands and squaring that linebacker up. Okay, again, so any kind of drill, anything that we're going to get into space with the linebacker, we can work in this drill. Here's a good example. This is just examples of us working stretch and zone each way as uncovered O linemen and just practicing getting our feet hot in space. So the drill we just did was our hot feet in space and working uncovered. This is the drill that we work when we are covered. Okay, we call it our base reach drill, and we're working, all we're doing here is just working zone and stretch as a covered lineman. Okay, so if I'm a guard, I'm thinking I got a 3 technique. If I'm a center, I either have a 2-eye or a shade, tackles have a 5 technique here, okay? So with our base, so again, here we're working zone and stretch. We're talking about, we're just preaching our good aiming points, okay? Depending on what we're doing, thinking inside zone, I got to get my nose to a middle breastplate, and I got to get that second step, okay? I got to work vertical, okay? I got to work vertical through his crotch, and I'm trying to get vertical push on the guy, okay? I'm not working horizontal. And then on a couple of these, I'll point out on some of the stuff when we used to run stretch was one of our bigger plays. We would work the flip or the rip technique, and you'll see a couple cuts on that here. Okay, so all we're working here is base reach. Okay, so all we're thinking here is next up here. Here's our right guard. There's a 3 technique on him. Okay, and all he's thinking is boom. All right, on the whistle we're going rapid fire, and we're just driving the angle. Okay, here's a center. Okay, here's a center, and again, the O lineman furthest away from us is the center. Okay, he's the one going. He has a tight shade on him. He's thinking zone right here. Okay, getting his head down the middle, and he watch his second foot here. See how it keeps pounding the ground up, 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 getting that vertical push and not working so much horizontal. Okay, he's thinking vertical. Push, 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 push. Good, driving the angle. Okay, here's a right. This is what we're talking about right here. I just want to point this out. Okay, so this is a left. Okay, here's a left tackle. Okay, here's a left tackle, and he's working stretch right. He's working the backside of stretch right now. Okay, he's working. Watch him try to rip that backside hand through that down 3 technique right there with the stretch going away from him. He gets it, and he's going to rip it through. Okay, that's what I mean when we used to work the rip technique. Okay, here's a right guard. Right guard right here with the 3 technique, driving the angle on the inside zone. Boom. Drive it. Not very good here. Don't cross over. Okay, work vertical into the guy. Good, and you can see here again, here's another left tackle right here working stretch right. Okay, he's trying to rip through that backside 3 technique. Okay, and that's just a technique we used when we used to run stretch. But this is all base reach. It's the same thing as we were working our hot feet stuff is uncovered. Now we're working the same drill. Okay, but now we're all covered linemen. Okay, and we're going to come out. We're going to drive the angle. Again, center working left right here. So go back to the top here. Okay, so this is up right here. This is my left guard going. Okay, my left guard, and he's running zone left to him. Okay, so you can see me as a 3 technique. Boom, down the middle of them. Here's my center going. All right, now here's my right guard going zone right. Okay, and watch him get in. Watch him take his lateral, more of a lateral step backside, trying to cut him off. Okay, get his head to the breastplate, and you can see him work through his inside shoulder and try to rip through it on the backside there. Same thing here. Here's a backside tackle. Okay, get through it, and that's just the old rip technique we used to use. Not bad job there by the tackle. He has a little bit of a false step, kind of hops out of his stance a little bit. Okay, but he recovers good, head down the middle, and flips his guy out. So again, this is what I'm talking about right here. Here's a little bit what we talk about. Don't work horizontal. See how he's trying to run around. He's trying to reach the guy of his initial step. Okay, work into him. Get that leg up. Okay, don't cross over. Don't let your feet come together. You're not hopping. Okay, try to push that guy vertical, more towards the coach back there. Okay, don't try to position block him. With our board drill, we're working the same, almost the same drills we were with our base reach and stuff like that. But we got a board down, and we work it both ways. We have the board at a 9-degree angle where we got to step over it and just work straight up like we're working to a linebacker. Okay, and you'll see that first. and then we have it at an angle where we're working just driving the angle on inside zone. What we talk about, don't position block, get your head down the middle, and I want you to drive the angle. All right, and that's why we have the boards here, and we work this at least twice, 3 days a week. Just working, coming off the ball and getting our head in it and driving the angle on some of it. So you'll see it here what we do. Alright, so we got our boards right there. So you'll see our right tackle here going first, and all he's going to be working on is getting over the board, that second step straight up, okay, working vertical up the field, and then working to a linebacker here. All we're doing is just telling the guy to stay at the end of the board. We're just working, getting our up and over, okay, just working our steps, and we're going rapid fire all the way through. Boom, get over the board, second step upfield, keeping that good wide base, making contact, bringing our hands. Good. Okay. Here's now. Okay. Now we're working at an angle. Okay. All we're doing is just driving the angle now. All right. And we do it different. We'll tell the guy to stand at the end of the board, depending on what we want to work with. Okay. Working to more of a second level look, and then we can either have the guy right up on the offensive player where he has to drive it just like a center on a back block or a inside zone or whatnot. So you see here, driving the angle up over, boom, stay on that angle, get your head involved, bring those hands, step over and up. And again, just coming off the ball, working a little bit of run game here, good hands inside, trying to run up on that on those toes. Good. Shoot those hands, dip, get up underneath, step over. Now we're just working the other way here. Step over the board, stay on that angle, and drive it. Bring those hands, bring that helmet, run through the defender. Okay, and something else that we do with our board drills, and we can work it, we work on our deuce blocks, on our power block, okay, on the front side of power. So you can see here, here's a left guard and a left tackle, 3 technique, working, okay. The board's right down the leg, inside leg of the guard. So we're going to work inside footwork. Okay, all we're doing here is running power left, working our deuce block to number 1 in the box here, to our Mike backer here. So you'll see how it works here. Both of us have inside footwork. Boom, 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 bringing our hips together, drive, 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 and we're coming off to linebacker. So just a different way to work, some different combination blocks involving the boards. Just giving our guys an aiming point, staying vertical. We want to think about vertical push. Okay. All right. We don't want to think about. All right. We're working one backer in the box here first off. Okay. It's a 4-1 look for us. We're out of ace. We're getting a double team on the 3 technique, working vertical to Mike. Okay. That's what we're working in this drill. Well, we can work any drill we want. We could say I'm a linebacker back there and still work vertical and come off to the backside linebacker. You see we'll work it both ways. So here's a right guard, right tackle. Thinking 4-1. Okay. The linebacker we're working to is an A-gap linebacker. There's 4-1 in the box. We're going to take good inside footwork. We're going to bring, watch how that guard keeps that inside hand free. Okay. Tackle comes down, gets on that hip like we talked about. The biggest thing is look at their hips. They're butt to butt. There's no way that 3 technique, okay, splits that double team. Okay, tackle's bringing 2 hands, 2 eyes. Guard's eyes are still in A gap. That linebacker comes over the top. Okay, tackle comes off. Guards end up taking over the block. Same thing here. Inside footwork. Boom, hip to hip. Good. And again, that's just a different way, a couple different ways that we can work using our board, and what we call our board drill is working the inside zone, okay, covered, uncovered, and then working our deuce blocks and using the boards for vertical push. Okay, you can see the tackle get turned a little bit. You can see a little bit of air between their hips right here. Not great, because it still allows that 3 technique to split them right there. Okay, I'd like to see them a little bit more vertical, a little bit more vertical, a little bit more hip to hip, and then come off a little bit later to that linebacker. but it's not bad. He's really trying to get that left hand on that hip to give him control. You see when he gets that hand on it, he's able to push that 3 technique over to the guard when they're working vertical like that. Another run game drill really we're going to work is just on the sled. Okay, and we work the sled usually on Mondays and Tuesdays, and getting our guys. And you can see all we're going to really do is there's two things we're going to work on. We're going to work on coming out of our hips, where we're really what coach calls the zero step, where there's no step and we're just coming out of our hips, bringing our hands and then bringing our feet, and then we're going to work zone and stretch steps on the bag with 5 guys. All right, so you'll see here. Here's what we call our zero drill. You can see each guy. Okay, he's not going to take a step. He's lined up, head up on the bag, and all he's going to do is come out of his stance. Okay, bring his hat and hands. Okay, good flat back, and just work on coming out of our hips and not taking a step. So we call it a zero drill. Okay, just come out, boom, chop, 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 till the whistle. Okay, again, zero drill, no steps, not right, not left, nothing. Coming out of your hips. Okay, bring good hat and hands, good flat back. Don't false step. Again, zero drill, staying low, good wide base, 5-man drive. All right, let's get some zone steps. So now all we'll do is once we get our zero drill out, now we'll just offset the bag. So we're either going to run zone right or zone left, where everybody just offsets the bag. Okay, so you'll see here, our right tackle here is going to be on the inside of that blue bag. Okay, and all he's going to do, all right, and all we're going to do is just work on zone steps. Boom. All right, we're all covered. It's just a different way to do board drill. Okay, but on the sled, working some live, getting those feet chopping. All right, good wide base, getting that head up, flat back, and it's almost kind of a little bit of a conditioning drill too for our guys. All right, you'll see here, running zone right. You can see that tackle right here closest to us. Okay, he's offset. Watch his zone step. Okay, steps to the bag. Watch him. He's going to gang ground, bring that second step to the bag's crotch. Okay, and he's going to work vertical, drive. Good flat back here. Okay, helmet under helmet. You got to be lower than that pad. Okay, you don't want to see the sled come flying up. Okay, we want good flat back coming out of our hips. You can see here now we're going to work zone left, so everybody's going to be on the right of the bag. They're going to offset the bag a little bit. Okay, and now we're going to work zone left. All right, working zone left, coming at it. Pop, 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 pop. Keep those feet churning. Keep them feet churning. Same thing here. Zone left. Bring those hands. Not very good by the right tackle here. He just lays his hands on him. We got to bring a blow. I want to deliver a blow with those hands. You got to be violent. And you got to chop the feet. Our 3-cone drill is really working on our inside move, getting an inside move from the defender on our vertical sets. All right, it's a very good drill, and you're going to see here with how we set it up and what we work with. Okay, so there's going to be you're going to line up in the right side. Okay, everybody on the right side is going to play on the right side. Everybody that plays on the left side is going to play on the left side, and then just have your centers work both sides. Okay, you're going to see that there's 3 cones set up. All right, and then the just so we can the coach is going to be able to give a 1, a 2, or a 3, and I'll explain which each cone that means. Okay, and then there's different ways to work it. We always work it. You're going to see here that starting off that our guys are starting with their outside hand behind their back to emphasize that inside punch and keeping that leg up, and you'll understand it more when you see it. And then we just The biggest thing about this drill is not dropping that inside leg. Alright, once I make contact, not dropping or opening up that inside leg on an inside pass rush, okay, and pounding it in the ground and working to stay square. Alright, so you'll see here, this is a good shot. This is an aerial view of what we're talking about. You're going to see there's a right side of the line, okay, with 3 cones here. There's 1, 2, 3 cones to the right here, and there's 3 cones over here with the left side, okay. So what we're trying to work here, the coach is standing behind, okay. The coach is standing behind the offensive player here, and he's giving the defense a 1, a 2, or a 3. Alright, so you can see that defender is either going to, if he gets a 1, okay, this is a 2 right here for the defender. He's rushing upfield, okay, and on the second cone, boom, he's an inside move. Alright, and we'll get a better view of it when we go down closer, but this is what I just want to show you. So this is our right tackle here, okay, the defender's getting a 2 from coach. Alright, he's up the field at the second cone, boom, inside move, and we're just having our guys react to it. Okay, and you can just alternate right side, left side, right side, left side, go on both sides. Again, center's got to work both sides. You'll see here, now here's a left side going, okay, again, working that inside move. Here's a better view of it. So here's our left guard. Okay, our left guard, you can see how far the cones are. Our cones are about 2 yards apart. Okay, so here's the first cone. If that defender gets a 1, he's crossing face quick. He's 1 foot up, 1 foot cross face. If he gets a 2, he's driving up 2 yards and then crossing face. And if he gets a 3, it's just a straight outside rush, and the guy has to stay vertical. You can see here what we're trying to do is with that outside hand, he has it behind the back, so when that guy does make the inside move, what we harp on is punching that inside number with our inside hand, okay, and keeping that upfield foot driving into the ground and not dropping it. Okay, so again, we call this our 3 cone drill. This would be a 2 for the defender. He's getting to the cone, crossing face, and you can see what our aiming point is with that hand, inside number, and keeping that inside foot up and not dropping it on contact and trying to flatten out that defender. Because if I drop that inside foot, if I get here and I drop it and I open those shoulders, then it's just a clear cut to the quarterback. Alright, so you can see it here again. There's a little bit of a quicker one, okay? It's just initial cross the face move, okay? And it helps a lot if you can get, other defenders over there or whatnot. Okay, we got to obviously do it with our offensive line guys, and they don't get a great look at it, but they understand what the drill's teaching, okay? I want to be heavy with that inside foot. I want to be heavy with that inside hand on the inside move, and I want to pound it in the ground, and I'm trying to flatten it out. Okay, so here again, the defender's getting a 1. I get into my vertical set, I react to it, I punch it. All right, inside number, inside foot stays up. Okay, you can see here, here's our right tackle, big right tackle. Again, good vertical set. He's going to get a 1, 2. Or here's an initial move. Actually, I'm sorry. Here's a 1. Okay, boom. He's crossing face. You can see him. He doesn't drop that inside leg. Keeps it up. Okay, and he's flattening it out. Our Honker Punch is just another drill that we work on with our pass protection, and really just kind of a hand-eye coordination. It's almost kind of a little bit of a conditioning drill too. We usually do it during special teams when we have our guys together. So again, you're going to see there's going to be 3 defenders with an offensive guy, and the coach is behind, pointing what defenders are. Okay, so that's how the defenders know which one are going. The coach is behind, pointing to the defenders, and all we're thinking about with our punch is getting that head out, quick hands, and we're keeping the hot feet. All right, and you'll see how we do it here. Okay, so here's a left tackle going. Okay, and there's 3 different guys out in front of them, and again the coach is behind. Okay, pointing out what defender, and you can see him out of his stance, waits on the whistle, pops up, hot feet, and again now all we're doing is just working on. He's getting to him. good punch, keeping that good base, punching that inside number. Okay, we're attacking. All right, you can go as fast as you want, as slow as you want, and all we're doing is just working on different angles in different places where the punches are coming from. Boom. Okay, deliver a blow, punching that inside number. Again. Okay, good conditioning drill, keeping those feet chopping, keeping it going all the way. Our down the line drill, it's a half speed drill for us, but all we're doing is really working on a spin move that the D linemen are getting, and all we're working on is replacing the hands. Okay, so all we're and what you want to tell your defense is just to kind of mix it up. Don't get in a rhythm. All right, you know, don't try to just brother-in-law each other. You want to kind of mix it up when you're going at them. If you're going to spin all the way, if you want to spin back, so just kind of mix it up and don't get in a rhythm. And we always want to teach our guys to always have a hand on the defender when I'm replacing. Okay, replacing my hands on the spin drill. All right, so you'll see here, all we're just working on down the line. Defense gives us his shoulder. Okay, that's when I punch. He's going to work on spin and just replace the hands. Okay, just replacing the hands down. About 10 yards down. Again, it's not a full speed drill, but you can see our guys replacing their hands, always having a guy on, always having our hands on that surface, some part of the body when he's working that spin. And we go down, and then the same guy comes back both ways, working those hands, work that spin, keeping them in front, always keeping a hand on it. Don't click the heels. Okay, just go back just like we do in our mirror drill. Good base, good alignment. Okay, don't click your heels, and always have a hand on. And each guy goes down and back.